Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Please do note, we request you to place your mobile phones in silent mode during the stage proceedings. Team Bank of Maharashtra would like to share with you that the venue is well protected with fire prevention and protection systems. In the case of any eventuality where evacuation of the premises is required, an announcement will be made. You will be required to take the emergency exit routes towards the right and the left sides of the venue, and as indicated by the fire exit signages, proceed towards the safe assembly area. Our volunteers, core team members, and the venue staff will assist you in the evacuation process. Ladies and gentlemen, in the case of any medical emergency, we have support staff on standby to address any minor or major concern. This venue is a no smoking zone. Please feel free to reach out to the core team volunteers for any assistance that you may require. We would also like to inform you that the venue and all its properties have been sanitized prior to your arrival, and all the mandatory regulations regarding physical events have been followed. Thank you for listening, ladies and gentlemen. May I please request you all to settle down, take your seats, and once again, please place your mobile phones in silent mode. The Bank of Maharashtra Foundation Day event 2024 is about to begin. Once again, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Namaste. Please do settle down. For those of you who have still not taken their seats, aap sabhi apna apna sthan grahan kar lein. The Honorable Dignitary is on her way here. She will be joining us in the next few short minutes. So please settle down, take your seats, and please do place on silent your mobile phones during the stage proceedings of today's event. Ladies and gentlemen, we request all our esteemed guests here this afternoon to please not exit the hall while the stage proceedings are on. The stage proceedings will take 1 hour to be completed. Please do remain in your seats while the Honorable Minister is on stage with us. And once again, please place on silent your mobile phones. We are awaiting the arrival of the Honorable Minister and esteemed Secretary, sir. They will be joining us shortly. Ladies and gentlemen, please do settle down. Thank you very much. Namaste once again. We still have a few esteemed senior leadership teams standing towards the end of the hall. May I please request you all to settle down, take your seats. We're expecting the Honorable Chief Guest any moment now. One last time, may I please request all of our esteemed members of the family of Bank of Maharashtra to please settle down. Please take your seats. And one last time, I hope all of you have placed in silent mode your gadgets. देवियों और सज्जनों, लेडीज एंड जेंटलमैन, आप सबसे सविनय निवेदन है कि आप सभी अपना अपना स्थान ग्रहण कर लें. प्लीज डू सेटल डाउन, टेक योर सीट्स. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, good afternoon to those of you who have just walked in. I've just received information that the Honorable Chief Guest is now very much at the venue, and she will be joining us in a few short minutes from now. May I please request those of you who still haven't taken their seats, haven't settled immediately. And of course, one last time, I hope all of you have placed on silent mode your gadgets. The audiences sometimes must be wondering why the Master of Ceremonies says the same announcement so many times about the mobile phones to be put into silent mode, but we get our orders from back of stage, and general experience tells us that this is one request. Even if we make it 100 times, there are still a few phones that will ring during the proceedings. But on a more serious note, I hope all of you have done so. Thank you very much for listening. Please do settle down. Madam Minister is going to join us any moment now. And of course, congratulations on the 90th Foundation Day. It's going to be a wonderful event, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, sharing with you that the Honorable Minister and esteemed Secretary Sir are now on their way to this function hall. I know that we all will put our hands together in resounding applause and welcome them as they walk in. I will inform you when they do so. She's taken time out of a very, very tight, very busy, very grinding schedule and chosen to be here with us on our special day. So we must welcome her as she walks into this hall with thunderous applause, if you like. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for being such a patient audience. The Honorable Minister is just engaged in a very short interaction at work, and she will join us in the next few minutes. She is here with us at the hotel. She's just wrapping up an urgent issue to be addressed, and then she will be here with us in a few minutes from now. So please bear with us, and we'll start in a few short minutes from now. And whilst we still have the time, in a lighter vein, as I see all of you here from the stage, the view that I get is of so many people scrolling through their phones. And I often tell my daughter, who's about 14, that when humanity began, and we really began as a civilization, when Homo erectus went from being like this to like this, we'll now go back from being like this to like this, thanks to our phones. This is technology that is challenging the very basics of us as humans, but we'll surmount it in a few years from now. We'll get there. Once again, thank you for being patient. Once again, good afternoon. Namaste. I hope all of you have placed your phones in silent mode. She is going to be joining us any moment now. Ladies and gentlemen, I promise you, this time it's happening. She is on her way down to the main function hall. I can see some of us at the back of the hall who've still not taken their seats. If we have seats vacant, please do settle down. Place your mobile phones on silent. We are taking this show on the road. Ladies and gentlemen, with a thunderous round of applause, please welcome in our midst the Honorable Minister of Finance, Smt Nirmala Sitharaman ji, and esteemed Secretary, Department of Financial Services, Shri M Nagaraju ji. नमस्कार, गुड आफ्टरनून। बैंक ऑफ महाराष्ट्र की ओर से मैं गीतिका गंजूधर आप सभी महानुभावों का हार्दिक स्वागत करती हूं आज के इस गौरवशाली कार्यक्रम में, इस प्रसंग में जो बैंक ऑफ महाराष्ट्र के 90th फाउंडेशन डे के उपलक्ष्य में आयोजित किया गया है। Welcome to this momentous evening where we have come together to celebrate 90 significant years of the Bank of Maharashtra. बैंक ऑफ महाराष्ट्र इज हेडक्वार्टर्ड इन पुणे। इसी कारण हम सब पुणे की धरती पर एकत्रित हुए हैं। We've come together to celebrate 90 years, 90 साल, 90 वर्षे। महाराष्ट्र आपले स्वागत आहे, अभिनंदन आणि स्वागत। It's a true honor to have you all here today as we come together to celebrate an institution that has not only shaped the banking landscape of India, but has also touched the lives of millions and millions of Indians. As an Indian citizen, I'm so proud. Bank of Maharashtra की जो आज महत्ता है, Bank of Maharashtra की जो आज market leadership है, और Bank of Maharashtra ने जिस तरह से Maharashtra, which contributes to 30% of the nation's GDP, और भारत देश को प्रगति के पथ पर अग्रसर रखा है। I'm proud to talk for a brand that is not just Maharashtra's, but India's pride, Bharat's pride. This evening celebrates a journey that spans 90 glorious years. This is indeed a landmark day for all of us. For nearly 9 decades, we have been more than just a bank. We've been a beacon of trust, growth, inclusivity, family, and community. Whether serving individuals or large businesses, our bank has built an incredible legacy, offering world-class services and solutions that cater to the unique financial needs of our customers. What makes Bank of Maharashtra truly remarkable, ladies and gentlemen, is its heart. Its unwavering commitment to the people of India through the initiatives focused on financial inclusion, women empowerment, and promoting gender diversity, the bank has been a force of positive change. It's not just about banking, it's about empowering lives. A few days ago, while prepping for this event, I learned how we have more than 30 million customers across the country with more than 2,500 branches, and how our bank has emerged as the top performer among public sector lenders in terms of loan, deposit growth, asset quality, profitability, and efficiency ratios. Proud, proud, proud Bank of Maharashtra के 90 संकल्पशील स्वर्णिम और सुनहरे साल बहुत बहुत मुबारक हम सबको. Ladies and gentlemen, Devi और सज्जनों, on an occasion like this, which is a grand one, an occasion like this blooms only when dignitaries of great stature kindly consent to grace the occasion. We are elated to have with us on this occasion of our 90th Foundation Day, the highly esteemed, the highly regarded, and the highly distinguished Hon'ble Finance Minister of India, Smt Nirmala Sitharaman ji. Let us express our excitement, happiness, and appreciation with a louder round of applause. Namaha Aste, Madam, Swagatam, Shubha Swagatam. We're also honored to have with us esteemed Secretary, Department of Financial Services, Shri M Nagaraju ji. Welcome, 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 sir. I also welcome all esteemed members of senior leadership team at Bank of Maharashtra, our partners, team of Bank of Maharashtra in full force, friends and guests, welcome. May I now please request Honorable MD Sir to please welcome the Honorable Minister by felicitating her. Sir, please. एक बार फिर से आपका बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद. आप समय निकाल आज यहाँ पधारी हैं. Thank you once again, Madam. And may I now request MD Sir to kindly welcome esteemed Secretary Sir in our midst. Sir, thank you very much for taking the time out and gracing this occasion with your presence. And to officially begin today's celebrations, I'm all set to invite to the podium a leader whose career boasts of rich and extensive experience within the banking sector. Under his leadership, we will not only do things differently, but we will boldly reimagine the way we grow and we serve, creating new benchmarks along the way. May I please request Mr. Nidhu Saxena ji, a dynamic and driven Managing Director and CEO, to kindly deliver the welcome address of this event. Please, sir.
A very good afternoon and a warm welcome, Honorable Minister of Finance and Corporate Affairs, Srimati Nirmala Sitharaman ji, esteemed Secretary of the Department of Financial Services, Shri M Nagaraju ji, my valued customers, colleagues on my board, my colleagues in the bank, ladies and gentlemen. First and foremost, I would like to extend our heartfelt gratitude to our Honorable Finance Minister, whose dedication and commitment to the growth and development of the nation has been exemplary. Today, amongst the major economies of the world, under the visionary leadership of our Honorable Prime Minister, India is clocking the fastest growth rate. Madam, despite her extremely engaging and demanding schedule, has found time to be here with us and participate in our Foundation Day celebrations. Madam, we remain eternally thankful to you for this honor. I would also like to take this opportunity to thank the esteemed Secretary, Department of Financial Services, Shri M Nagaraju ji, who is our guiding and motivating force. And not just for the Bank of Maharashtra, but for the entire banks in the country. Sir, your encouragement inspires us to work dedicatedly in the service of nation. On the occasion of our 90th Foundation Day, we at Bank of Maharashtra take the opportunity to thank all our customers, partners, and well-wishers for trusting, supporting, and believing in our vision. As we celebrate this landmark with great joy and fervor, we renew our commitment to bring you a world of top-class banking with a seamless and a delightful experience. It is an immense honor to stand before you today as we celebrate 90 years of Bank of Maharashtra's journey, a journey rooted in resilience, determination, and a commitment to the people of this nation. Established in 1936, at a time when the global economy was in turmoil, Bank of Maharashtra emerged with a strong foundation and purpose, thanks to the vision of our founder, Professor V.G. Kale. Bank of Maharashtra has consistently shown steady performance, proving our ability to navigate an ever-changing financial landscape. However, currently operating at a relatively smaller scale, our vision is very clear. We aspire to become a bank of greater significance within the banking ecosystem. So while we aspire to improve our positioning among the 12 public sector banks, we remain mindful that the growth in top line must result into a corresponding growth in our bottom lines. So the mantra that we follow is growth with profitability. To ensure that our aspirations are achieved, we have defined the how by listing the strategy that will help us achieve our aspiration, and then also the roadmap with milestones are also decided to define by when we would fulfill the aspiration. Bank has reviewed its entire portfolio of schemes, both in the asset and the liability side, to align them with the current market trends. The product offerings from the bank provides a competitive edge to my field functionaries to sell the product in the market, and has also some value proposition for our clients, and they create a pull factor, gives them actually reasons to bank with us. In addition to the products, the entire processes are reviewed to ensure that the client onboarding process is seamless. And once onboarded, the clients transact conveniently. And that's how we align with the motto of the nation, that is to improve the ease of doing business. Several initiatives are taken to enhance customer convenience. Bank is making increasing use of technology for meeting the end. Transaction limits on digital channels are adequately set. Video KYC facility is made available even on Sundays and holidays, which are the differentiators for the bank and are the few examples against many. To ensure continuity and sustain business in the long run, the importance of managing the risks, ensuring compliances as per the regulator expectations, building the technology structure for offering technology-enabled initiatives, and assessment was done wherein skill sets wherever were found not available within the bank. The gaps were filled by recruiting domain experts at market-driven compensations. The bank has onboarded experts for the CXO positions of a CRO, Chief Risk Officer, the Chief Compliance Officer, Chief Technology Officer, and the CISO. Today, bank is well positioned for future initiatives with its current capital adequacy standing at a solid CRAR of 17%, much above what minimum regulatory prescribed limit is. Bank thus has no emergent need as such for raising capital for growth. However, taking cues from the regulator from time to time that these are the good times, we need to build the cushions. We are planning to maintain this healthy capital adequacy and going forward raising capital for growth also. So there are plans to raise additional capital to remain in line with the SEBI's mandate for listed companies to maintain a minimum of 25% public shareholding. With the GOI holding at 86.46, Bank plans to meet this end in 2 tranches and comply the SEBI guideline much before the existing dispensation, which is available for 2 more years. So with higher engagements with prospective investors, both domestic and foreign investors, we plan to raise capital at an opportune time using the opportune mode, thereby reducing the GOI stake in line with the government's policy to divest from businesses and focus on governance. A significant milestone was achieved in August 2024 when the bank was included in the FTSE All World Index, marking its growing influence in the global banking sector and underscoring the strength and potential of its operations. Recently, the rating agency Fitch, after assessing the various financial parameters, has assigned the bank a rating of BBB- sovereign and B+ solo. To celebrate this Foundation Day in a befitting manner, we have meticulously planned and implemented few business and non-business initiatives, going above and beyond mere compliances to ensure that we lead the change in the industry and contribute meaningfully as a responsible corporate citizen. We are eager to present these efforts to all our esteemed guests. While there is much to share, I would pause here and let the following set of presentations to take you through the journey of these initiatives that exemplify the bank's unwavering commitment to progress and excellence. Thank you.
सर, इस प्रेरणादायक और दूरदर्शी संबोधन के लिए आपका बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। आपका नेतृत्व हमें और अधिक ऊंचाइयों की ओर लेकर जा रहा है, हमें ये पूरा यकीन है। And now, dear guests, I'd like to share with you that India's MSME sector employs 11 crore people and it contributes 30% of our GDP, but faces a credit deficit that is substantial. Access of formal credit is crippling. On the occasion of our Foundation Day, ladies and gentlemen, we are now excited to introduce a groundbreaking initiative that is all set to redefine the way lending is rolled out in this sector. This is an outcome of the current year's budget announcements made by none other than our Honorable Finance Minister. Less than 2 months ago, the 12 public sector banks were nudged by Madam Minister to address this opportunity, as we call it, and not a gap. And here we are, first in line to implement this product with 27,000 beneficiaries already impacted. This product is a testimony, yes, to our bank's commitment to supporting businesses, especially MSMEs, with efficient, flexible, and accessible credit facilities based on actual cash flow. Let us get to know a little bit more about this initiative. May I please request the technical crew to play the film, please.
India's MSME sector, which employs 11 crore people, contributes 30% to the GDP and accounts for 45% of India's exports, faces a credit deficit of rupees 45 trillion. With over 6.3 crore MSMEs and 7 crore informal micro-enterprises, access to formal credit remains challenging due to the lack of proper bookkeeping, with only 14% having access to it. However, 100% of IMEs are covered by digital payment platforms like UPI, with 27% of rupees 40 trillion in UPI transactions flowing to these merchants. Guided by the recent budget announcements by our Honorable Finance Minister, we are leveraging these digital footprints and introducing cash flow-based lending for MSMEs. This innovative approach analyzes UPI transaction data to offer loans based on cash flow with flexible repayment options aligned to their cash flows. From equated monthly installments to the concept of equated daily installments. With this vision, we at the Bank of Maharashtra have already touched the lives of more than 27,000 people and are doing our part to contribute to the vision of Viksit Bharat.
May I please request Honorable Minister And esteemed Secretary, sir, to please unveil the brochure of the cash flow-based lending product. Please, madam, and please, sir. I request our MD, sir, to please join them post the unveiling for the photo opportunity. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Please put your hands together loud and clear. This is an initiative that is going to benefit millions in the future across the length and breadth of our great nation. Thank you, madam, for unveiling the brochure. And thank you, sir, too. Indeed, with this product, we are contributing to the Prime Minister's vision of Viksit Bharat 2047. Ladies and gentlemen, this brochure is a part of your welcome kit. Please do go through it at leisure. From one ace to another ace in our pack. Traditionally, crores of Vishwakarmas who create something or the other by working hard with their hands, tools, and equipment are builders of this country. It has been a year since the launch of the PM Vishwakarma initiative, a flagship scheme of the Government of India. Ladies and gentlemen, we are proud to share with you that we are among the few of the first to achieve lending around the PM Vishwakarma scheme via a completely digital process. Completely digital process. Our journey of digital transformation continues with the PM Vishwakarma digital journey, making financial services more accessible to our craftsmen and our artisans at the touch of a virtual button. We are empowering traditional workers through digital inclusion like never before. Let's take a look at this next film.
The Pradhan Mantri Vishwakarma scheme is a crucial initiative aimed at empowering artisans and craftspeople by offering collateral-free credit, skill development, and enhanced market access. At Bank of Maharashtra, we are continuously innovating to extend our reach to last-mile borrowers, making financial solutions more accessible and convenient for small borrowers and artisans. Traditionally, applications for the scheme were processed manually. Bank of Maharashtra proudly introduces the digital processing of loan applications, positioning us as one of the first public sector banks in India to fully digitize this process. Borrowers can now submit their loan applications through common service centers, and the bank automatically retrieves the necessary data from the Udyami Mitra and PM Vishwakarma portals. Upon approval, customers receive an SMS notification inviting them to visit the branch to finalize the disbursement process. With no paperwork required, we ensure instant account opening and swift loan dispersal, making the experience seamless and hassle-free. This innovation ensures that the entire process, from application submission to approval, is completed in just 3 to 5 minutes, significantly reducing wait times and improving efficiency. At Bank of Maharashtra, we remain dedicated to supporting every Indian, fostering economic growth and contributing to the nation's prosperity.
देखिए ना लेडीज एंड जेंटलमैन, ये वो भारत के नागरिक हैं जो एक नया भारत बना रहे हैं अपने हाथों से. लेट्स पुट आवर हैंड्स टुगेदर, क्योंकि इनका साथ देके ही होगा सबका विकास, as the Honorable Prime Minister says. Moving on to the next days, as we celebrate 90 years of excellence, we also look into the future. Our vision at 100 encapsulates our strategy and aspirations for the next decade with a focus on innovation, customer centricity, and of course, sustainable growth. May I please invite our dignitaries to unveil vision for our bank at 100, building a bank of greater significance. May I please request Honorable Finance Minister and the Secretary, Department of Financial Services, to please do the honors. MD sir, please do join the dignitaries. And ladies and gentlemen, our bank at 100. We're already looking straight into the future. I wish you all the very best. We have the good wishes of the Honorable Minister. What more do we want? Once again, please put your hands together. Vision at 100 of us becoming a bank of greater significance and together building a new India and a new Bharat. Thank you, Madam, and thank you, sir. We have talked about all the business initiatives, but in the vastness of the universe, our Earth remains a singular miracle, home to the web of life which we must protect. Animals hold a mirror to our humanity, reflecting our capacity for empathy, compassion, and coexistence. And because of that, the topic of animal rights isn't merely about animals, it's also about us, about the kind of world that we wish to inhabit. It's not enough to love animals, we must actively protect and preserve them. It's our duty and our responsibility as custodians of this planet, isn't it? Hence, we celebrate our company's 90th Foundation Day. We reaffirm our commitment to environmental care by choosing to support the Ranthambore Tiger Reserve. We affirm our dedication to wildlife conservation under India's Project Tiger initiative. The world has already lost 95% of its tigers in the last 100 years. With every tiger, we now will protect around 25,000 acres of forest, ladies and gentlemen. That's because protecting the tiger benefits hundreds of other species around the tiger, the plants, the mammals, the birds, the insects that share its habitat. So protecting the tiger means protecting the forest and everything in it. And for this Bank of Maharashtra, I applaud you, I applaud you. Let's take a look at this film, ladies and gentlemen.
Amidst the vastness of the universe, where billions of stars fill our galaxy and millions and billions of such galaxies exist, our Earth stands as a singular miracle, cradling the gift of life. As a part of evolution of life on our planet Earth, humans, the modern man we know now, evolved from the Neanderthals over 40,000 years ago. Humans thrived from living in simple ways, in caves, and transformed themselves into a modern and complex society that we know today. As we occupy a special place in Earth's history, it is our profound responsibility to safeguard the environment and protect the web of life that sustains us. Our responsibility extends beyond humanity, encompassing all forms of life on Earth. The tiger, a symbol of strength and grace, reminds us of the wildness we must preserve. Under the visionary leadership of Honorable Prime Minister, whose passion for the conservation of wildlife is evident to all of us, and with the help of the prestigious project of the Government of India, the Project Tiger, India's tiger population has nearly doubled in less than a decade, underscoring the importance of ongoing conservation efforts. As we celebrate our company's 90th Foundation Day, we honor our responsibility to the environment by committing to support the Ranthambore Tiger Reserve. This 1,300 square kilometers sanctuary, home to over 70 tigers, exemplifies conservation excellence and the impact of dedicated stewardship. When the need was expressed by the government of Rajasthan, a rescue vehicle cum medical ambulance fitted with state-of-art medical equipment for use in the tiger sanctuary was provided by the bank. We believe, together, we can create a lasting legacy, safeguarding the beauty and diversity of our precious planet, Earth.
As citizen of India, may I please express my gratitude to the Prime Minister's vision for safeguarding our tigers, and of course to you, Bank of Maharashtra. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Staying in my favorite zone of caring for the world's animal life, I would want you all to recall that you would have read about how in Hindu mythology, Nandi, the bull, the vehicle of Shiva, represents strength and virility. Dinka, the mouse, the vehicle of Ganesha, represents speed and sharpness. Parvani, the peacock, vehicle of Kartikeya, represents splendor and majesty, and the Hamsa, vehicle of Saraswati, represents wisdom, grace, and beauty. Gods and goddesses in our country are known to have loving bonds with our animals and our birds, but in the world that we live in today, where abuse towards animals is at an all-time high, we have angels of God who are devoting their life towards the service of animals. We would now like to honor the incredibly kind and empathetic women who have gone above and beyond in serving for the animal community. As a part of our We Care initiative, we proudly felicitate these exceptional women who've redefined veterinary services in India and are front runners of massive upgradation in medical services for our animals in India. I give you Dr. Kasturi Bhadsavle, who's carving pathways to specialization in vet ophthalmology services. I'm going to first show you a film about what she's doing, ladies and gentlemen. देखिएगा ध्यान से. May we please have you on stage, ma'am? Aye, please. May I please request the Honorable Minister to kindly felicitate the Dr. Kasturi Bhadsavle, who is caring for the animals of our country and our world. Zordar taaliyan ho jaएं. This is our thank you to her on behalf of the Bank of Maharashtra. I'd also like to talk to you about Dr. Nupur Desai, who's introduced chemotherapy for our furry friends. There are less than 100 board-certified veterinary radiation oncologists in the world, and she is one of them. One of the main reasons that she moved back to India, was to bring home what she learned over the years since graduating and enhance cancer care for our pets here. Her passion is treating patients, teaching a newer generation of doctors, and performing clinical research. I'm going to play a film on Nupur for you, and then we will invite her on stage. May we please have you on stage. जोरदार तालियों के साथ इनका अभिनंदन करें. May I please request Honorable Minister to felicitate Dr. Nupur Desai who's gone above and beyond and has come back to her country after receiving education to serve the animals here in India. Thank you, Doctor, and thank you, Madam, for doing the honors. And now, ladies and gentlemen, moving on. We at the Bank of Maharashtra, we believe that diversity is a fact, but inclusion is a choice we make every day. As leaders, we have to put out the message that we embrace, not just embrace, but we welcome diversity. Inclusion is not a matter of politics.
Embracing this vision, our bank made history by recruiting India's first all-women volleyball team. In just 5 months, 12 exceptional athletes joined us, 5 of whom have represented India internationally. We salute their dedication to volleyball and are committed to supporting their growth on and off the court with expert coaching, mentorship, and complete kits. Alongside their sport careers, they are trained in banking operations, preparing for roles in our new business and customer acquisition vertical, where they serve as ambassadors for our brand. Upon joining, the team played a friendly match against Central Railways, impressing their colleagues in the bank with their exceptional skills and winning their hearts. Together, we are breaking boundaries, inspiring future generations, and showing the world what's possible. Bank of Maharashtra takes pride in building a future for these exceptionally talented young women and help their dreams come true.
May I please request the Honorable Minister to kindly felicitate the team members of this volleyball team, beginning with Pullari Ananya Sri from Telangana. She's represented India at World University Games at international level. She's played 6 nationals, All India Inter-University and Kalo India University, and bagged gold and silver medals. Pullari Ananya Sri. Please put your hands together for Raksha Khemar from Maharashtra. Represented India 2 times at international level, played 8 nationals and won each AIIU and Kalo India University, bagged silver and bronze medals. Please welcome on stage Vedika Shinde from Maharashtra. She also has represented India 2 times at international level. Please welcome on stage Alina Biju from Kerala. She's represented India at Asian U20 Championship at the international level. Please welcome on stage Pavitra S. from Tamil Nadu. She's played 9 nationals, ladies and gentlemen. And now we have with us on stage Chandana S. Kumar from Kerala. She's also played nationals and Kalo India Youth Games. And now walking up, MNV Sindhura from Andhra Pradesh. Please keep your hands together, ladies and gentlemen. She's also played at a national. Now joining us on stage, Maria Shaibe from Kerala. She's also played 6 nationals and 2 senior India camps. Please welcome on stage Kunjana Singh from Himachal Pradesh. She's also played 8 nationals, ladies and gentlemen. And now joining us on stage, Anuja Ginesh Kumar from Kerala. And this girl here, ladies and gentlemen, has played 11 nationals. And now please welcome on stage Preeti Gulia from Delhi. She's played at 6 national games. And last but not the least, Janani Devendran from Tamil Nadu. She's played at 4 international, 9 nationals, and has bagged the gold. May I please request all the players to join the Honorable Minister and esteemed Secretary Sir and our esteemed MD Sir for a group photograph. And please, ladies and gentlemen, एक बार फिर से जोरदार तालियां हो जाए हमारी अपनी वॉलीबॉल टीम के लिए। क्या बात है, क्या बात है, क्या बात है, बैंक ऑफ महाराष्ट्र। One after the other, I am talking about never before initiatives by a public sector bank. I'm so proud to be hosting this evening for you. You are truly different. Thank you, girls. Thank you very, very much. And thank you, madam, and thank you, sir. It is now my privilege to invite an impactful bureaucrat who's played a pivotal role in shaping the policies and reforms that have strengthened the nation in every sector that he has served in. I recall how during his tenure in the coal ministry, he led the opening up of the sector through steering of the idea of private commercial mining and was instrumental in introducing bold reforms that led India reach 1 billion ton coal production this year. Ladies and gentlemen, as citizen India, we must be thankful for such true sons of India who are building the India, the Bharat of our dreams, one initiative at a time, one project at a time, one plan at a time. He presently serves as the Secretary, Department of Financial Services. Please join me in welcoming Shri M Nagaraju ji, Secretary, Department of Financial Services, Ministry of Finance. May I please request you to address all of us here in this hall. Aye, sir.
Thank you. Namaskar. Honorable Finance Minister of India, Smt Nirmala Sitharaman Madam, my colleague Mr. Nidhu Saxena, MD and CEO, Bank of Maharashtra, invited dignitaries of today's function, distinguished guests, and my bank friends of Maharashtra. Indeed, it's a privilege for me to join all of you in celebrating the 90 years of founding of Bank of Maharashtra, an institution which has grown tremendously in the last 90 years, meeting the aspirations and credit requirements of people of Maharashtra and Pune. I take this opportunity of being present here to pay my homage and also respect to the visionaries who founded the Bank of Maharashtra, Mr. V.G. Kale and Mr. D.K. Sathe in Pune. And also all the past employees of Bank of Maharashtra who are responsible for keeping the flag of Maharashtra Bank high and making it reach this today's stage. And big thanks to the people of Maharashtra for keeping the bank and patronizing the Bank of Maharashtra. Since its founding in 1935, the bank has been helping millions of people, especially in the SME sector and small businesses, and elevate poverty initially in the Pune area and then after an entire Maharashtra. It has played tremendous role in the pre-independence as well as post-independence India's development. It has supported agriculture, MSMEs, and industrial growth. Today, Pune is known for its industrial prowess and vibrancy. I think it is to a great extent also possible for Bank of Maharashtra's commitment. And its commitment to financial inclusion has been brought banking services to rural and undeserved areas, empowering countless people to join the formal economy. The Bank of Maharashtra has demonstrated considerable resilience in the face of challenges several years and continuously working to improvise and enhance its financial performance. After delivering consistently and steady performance quarter on quarter for the past 15 to 16 quarters, bank has set itself the aspiration of becoming a bank of great significance among all the 12 public sector banks. While it aspires to improve its positioning among the 12 public sector banks, it should be mindful that growing the top line alone will not be appreciated, and its balance sheet is not going to be sufficient. Bank should plan and ensure that the growth in top line must translate into bottom line also. Bank should review its entire portfolio of schemes, both in the assets and liability side, and align with the current market trend. The product offerings from the bank should provide a competitive edge that facilitates its field functionaries to sell the products in the market, and has also some value proposition for the clients that creates a pull factor and gives them reasons to associate with the bank. In addition to the products, the entire processes the bank follows should be reviewed to ensure that the client onboarding processes is seamless, and once onboarded, they encounter no pain points and transact conveniently to align with the motto of the nation, improve the ease of doing business. The bank has an ambitious plan for its future to expand this branch network by adding about 1,000 branches for the next 5 years. In a significant milestone was achieved, I recognize that in August 2024, when the bank was included in the FTSE All World Index, which is a great milestone for the bank and all its employees. Rating agencies Fitch has assigned the bank a rating of BBB minus for sovereign and B plus for solo. To ensure continuity and sustain business in the long run, the importance of managing the risk, ensuring compliances as per regulator expectations, building the tech structure for offering technology-enabled initiatives, managing cyber risks, etc. An assessment was done, and wherever skill set were found not available with the bank has actually filled up those gaps by recruiting domain experts. Bank is well positioned for future initiatives with its current capital adequacy standing at a solid CRAR of 17%, which is above the minimum regulatory norm prescribed by the RBI. Bank has thus no emergent need as such for raising capital for growth. However, taking into account the current plans for future, bank should plan to maintain its CRR at a healthy level of around 17% going forward. It should also raise adequate additional capital to remain within the SEBI's guidelines for listed companies to maintain a minimum of 25% public shareholding. With the Government of India now presently we are holding at 86.46. Bank should plan to meet the SEBI guidelines and raise the capital well before its deadline. In previous occasions, bank has raised capital in smaller tranches. However, I have been told that they are planning to do in 2 tranches, so that which will make the bank below 75%, meeting the regulatory compliance. I'm also very glad to know that the bank maintains remarkable growth in key parameters and impressive profitability, asset quality, efficiency, and capital adequacy ratios. With a CASA share of 50%, GNPA of 1.85%, NNPA of 0.20, and NIM of 3.97, ROA of 1.72, cost to income ratio of 38%, CRA of 17%, the bank is leading in many parameters in the industry. This shows as a testimony to the dedication of the bank's employees, past and present, as well as the trust of its consumers. Your contribution has shaped the Bank of Maharashtra into an institution which remains focused on its mission to pioneer change and position itself as a bank of greater significance. Now, banks are key to financial system in the country, and also progress of the country depends on how healthy and banks are. Now, if you look at it in the last quarter of the financial year, compared to last year, this quarter we have grown. Our CAGR in the last 5 years, CAGR is, public sector banks is 8.7% we have grown. And the private banks, they grew 14.9%. And cooperative banks also grew at 10.6%. And advances grew 8.9% for PSB, and Private sector banks grew at 15.1%. And this, for the total business, the CAGR is 8.8%, which is very, very high when compared to all other countries in the world. In this quarter, if you look at this quarter, the global deposits have increased from 119 lakh crore to 129 lakh crore, period ending June 24. Advances have grown from 86.6 lakh crore to 98.2 lakh crore. And total businesses have grown from 205 lakh crore to 227 lakh crores in the country. Now, even if you look at this sectorally, we call RAM, agriculture grew, entire bank credit actually grew this quarter, last quarter, 15.1%. Very healthy growth. Agriculture grew 18.1%. Industry grew at 10.2%. Services 15.4%. And personal loans at 17.8%. With well-capitalized banking system in the country, I think we are all poised to meet the goals set by Honorable Prime Minister to be achieved by 2047 for in Vikasit Bharat. Now, Government of India, that is the long-term goal, and we also have a short-term, medium-term goal of 5 years. The lending requirements for the country, for the MSME sector, agriculture sector, so that large number of people will be able to find employment and also set up new businesses and also promote startups, large number of startups. Now, for that, we need adequate capital for not only for the Bank of Maharashtra, for all other banks, including the private sector banks. They are all poised to reap the present benign conditions of the market and raise adequate capital to meet the aspirations. While we are happy to meet the aspiration and everything, banks and financial system should also be very customer friendly. Ensure that customers are welcomed with open arms. Customers are helped in ensuring that they don't have any complaints and their grievances are addressed timely. And for that, bank should be very nimble and also agile to ensure their products meet the requirements of the business class, young people, and MSME and women clients. We should also be careful going forward about cyber security. In fact, the greatest threat to any advanced finance system nowadays not actually comes from the capital alone, adequacy capital, or is actually mainly from the cyber security. Banks should be very, very careful and should have very strengthened cyber security arrangements so that the millions of customers, their accounts, their personal details are not compromised, and we are always alert to prevent such attacks. Once again, I thank Bank of Maharashtra and the people of Pune and people of Maharashtra for this wonderful journey of 90 years of Bank of Maharashtra, and thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, Shri M Nagaraju ji, for your insightful address and your continued support, really. Your leadership has truly helped us successfully navigate the evolving financial landscape of India. Ladies and gentlemen, we are at the Bank of Maharashtra's Foundation Day celebration, and now we are deeply honored to hear from a distinguished leader who, under the visionary leadership of our dynamic Prime Minister, Shri Narendra Modi ji, has helped to steer the nation's economy towards being a Saksham, Samriddh and Samarth Bharat, with the motto, as the Honorable Prime Minister says, Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas. I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, in the midst of all the challenges that the global economy faces, the global financial landscape faces, she, with her astute and wise vision, is steering us ahead as a beacon of hope. Madam currently holds the portfolios of Ministry of Finance and Ministry of Corporate Affairs in the Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji-led government. It is with immense pride and gratitude that I invite the Honorable Finance Minister of India, Smt Nirmala Sitharaman ji, to kindly address us on the occasion of our 90th Foundation Day.
Namaskar, and I start with a greeting. What a pleasure it was to be here today when you're completing 90 years. Chairman and Managing Director, Mr. Saxena, Secretary, Department of Financial Services, Mr. Nagaraju, distinguished guests, all members and staff, officers of Bank of Maharashtra, I commend you for these 90 glorious years of service to the banking sector. You have achieved this milestone, passing through various stages, and those have been beautifully explained by both the compare as she ran the program through, and also the Secretary, Department of Financial Services. But it is a history which is so aligned also with the growth of banking sector in India. So I will briefly mark the milestones that you have covered over the years, just for us to recapitulate. So 1934-35 is when you establish yourself, and as rightly the Secretary paid respects and homage to the founders, visionary founders. Pune in that sense has had so much of contribution to India's history. It stands out for several things. The thought leadership that Pune provides. It's always been a source of inspiration for newer, leadership-infused thought which guided our freedom movement and which also guided, taking the case of Bank of Maharashtra, the banking revolution that got built up in the private sector. And the visionary leaders were Professor V.G. Kale, who was also incidentally a member of Indian Tariff Board, and he was a known educationalist. He also is now known, not just now, but has been for some time known for the contribution that he's made in setting up this bank. Shri D.K. Sate, businessman and prominent social worker of this area, and Shri B.M. Gupte, chairman of the Pune Central Cooperative Bank Limited, the three of whom came together to form this, what at that time would have been a small effort towards setting up a bank, today completes 90 proud years. In 1944, you attained the status of a scheduled bank, and in 46, outside of Maharashtra, you set up a branch in Hubli, in what is today Karnataka. And in 58, you were listed in Bombay Stock Exchange. Listing happened in 1958. And in 1969, Bank of Maharashtra was nationalized along with 13 other banks. And since then, a nationalized scheduled bank is Maharashtra, Bank of Maharashtra. So the Bank of Maharashtra also has 3 RRBs, and these RRBs today have penetrated into the rural hinterland and contribute to the access to bank in those difficult areas where large banks find it difficult to establish themselves. And the Grameen Bank, Marathwada Grameen Bank, which is headquartered in Nanded, Aurangabad Jalna Grameen Bank, and Thane Grameen Bank. So you have 3 RRBs. So you actually are a good, typical public sector bank today with features governing a public sector bank where inclusivity was looked at as a virtue and is continuing to be a virtue. Inclusivity, which you have defined through the team of all women volleyball persons who have now become part of the bank, but inclusivity in the sense of financial inclusivity to areas which were otherwise difficult to be accessed. So today, marking the 90th Foundation Day, I'm extremely happy to be here in this glorious city of Pune with its rich history, culture, music, Sanskrit, banking, and what more can you add to Pune? It's one of those rich, very well endowed cities. Banking is also one feather in its cap. Particularly in Bank of Maharashtra's performance in the last few years, last decade I would say, has been exceptional in the way in which Secretary, Department of Financial Services gave out the data. It is obvious that in many indicators, you're performing much above the expected levels. Again, this is something which is worth recalling and capturing for all of us to consciously look at it. So the gross NPA in Bank of Maharashtra as of 31st March 2024 stood at 1.88%. Average of all the public sector bank is 3.47. I seek the pardon of other bank officials who are seated in the audience that I compare it like this, but it is, and I'm sure the Secretary will agree with me, it is said with an intention of healthy competition. It is not beyond that, but if Bank of Maharashtra could achieve it, I'm sure the rest of the banks can also achieve it. If I'm not aware, they've already achieved it, it's very well. But I think it's a record worth recalling when you're celebrating your 90th Foundation Day. Net NPAs declined of Bank of Maharashtra, net NPAs declined to 0.2%. Average of PSBs, average of all the PSBs is 0.76%. You know, Chairman, Managing Director, Mr. Saxena, I would require the compare, the lady who's running the program so smoothly and nicely, to give them a little, I know, signal from Piche to say, it's about your bank that I'm talking, and you're doing well. Provision coverage ratio, Bank of Maharashtra 98.34%, average of all public sector banks is 93%. Net profits for the year, net profits for the year. I'm glad the media is here. They should hear the performance of our public sector banks, and being here on the 90th Foundation Day, the performance of Bank of Maharashtra. We need the media to talk about our success stories, the work which our tireless banking staff are doing for the success of the bank, and which has a direct impact on our economy, as a result of which the economy also attains a certain level of buoyancy. And therefore, I recall each one of these points in a sort of taunting way, because if you perform, today you clap and you have applauses. but you have to remain there and perform better. That's a bigger challenge. So the net profits for the year, which ended 31st March 2024, increased by nearly 56% to 4,055 crores year on year. Total business grew by 16% year on year, and it has touched 4.74 lakh crores. Total deposits, and this is very important indicator for me, you need to gather deposits. Total deposits increased by over 15% year on year to 2,70,747 crores. RAM, as we call it, retail, agri, and MSME businesses. Retail, agri, and MSME businesses grew 24.21%. These are all year-on-year numbers. Retail advances grew by 19.10% to 51,727 crores. MSME advances grew by 26.69% year-on-year basis, and it has touched 42,117 crores. So every member of the bank should take pride in this success. And Bank of Maharashtra continues to forge ahead toward an even brighter future. I wish them all the very best on this 90th Foundation Day. And it is only right, again, I don't know if it has happened because you're calling the finance minister after the July budget, but it's one pleasant surprise for me that what was announced in the budget for all banks to follow, Bank of Maharashtra, and I would like to believe, since I'm being called, fulfilled one of the budget announcements in setting up an instrument of assessing MSMEs based on their cash flow and not on other considerations. Because MSMEs have a unique feature in India, and it is only the cash flows and the business cycle which explains how they would require bank assistance. You have taken that budget announcement seriously and come up with also a booklet which you made me release. I'm extremely happy and grateful that one of the announcements made in the Parliament is already fulfilled. RBI's Financial Stability Report, which came in June 2024, indicates that the Indian economy and the financial system remains very robust. Banking sector's health is also indicated there. Scheduled commercial banks, both of public and private, their gross NPA ratio fell to a multi-year low of 2.8% and the net NPA ratio to 0.6%, both of public sector and private sector. A lot was spoken about the capital adequacy ratio. I'm not getting into that. I think what I'm also pleased to see, one of the brochures which we've released today is of the vision Viksit Bharat, and you have laid out for yourselves your path to attain that Viksit Bharat by 2047, a vision for yourselves which, when implemented, is sure to give us the collateral impact on the society. The bank performing well has an impact on everybody else in the society. The vision of the Honorable Prime Minister for 2047, the Viksit Bharat vision, has key pillars, and I'll take this opportunity to just briefly mention about them. Economic growth, social progress, environmental sustainability, and good governance. Banks will have to play a crucial role in driving the agenda set by the Honorable Prime Minister. And by your role, we are going to give greater momentum to achieving this dream. So where should this role and how should this role play out? By giving a strong momentum in infrastructure, ensuring availability of need-based funding to MSMEs, which is what your brochure is all about, bringing unbanked population under the ambit of formal banking channels, providing insurance net to all citizens. Although here I would think that institutions which are dedicated for insurance purposes will be doing that. And I'm not sure if you run an insurance wing also for Bank of Maharashtra. However, insurance cover, which the government scheme provides through Atal Pension Yojana, Jeevan Jyoti Suraksha Bima Yojana, and so on. Those also are insurances. Insurances for the poorest of the poor. And that public sector banks will have to have a very big role to play in taking those poor sections along when we talk of insurance cover. Just to highlight the impact of digital banking towards greater access to everyone and also to have a greater transparent and speedy approach towards Vikasit Bharat. I think what is changing the Indian banking landscape is technology. And what it provides is a secure and easy to navigate digital banking experience to all the customers. And it is there that there is a lot of work for you. Easy to access and easy to navigate. So your digital tools, your platforms, your access through digital mode will all have to be customer friendly. And above all, they have to be robust, reliable, and very user-friendly, but also adequately firewalled. You cannot have a digital system which somewhere gets hacked and the entire system and the trust which is laid on it getting compromised. So you need to have a robust and resilient system for which every now and then you need to make sure that the firewalls are adequate. Any emergency drill which you need to do, what if situation, so you know to handle if there is an emergency in terms of digital insecure incidents. Also, how the fintech area is helping us is also going to help you. The unified payment interface, which is the UPI, the real-time payment system, which we have brought in this country, which was launched in April 2016, has played an immense role in retail digital payments. I'm sure most of you are aware that 45% of all real-time digital payments in the world, all across the world, 45% of all real-time digital payment happens in India. So the bank should actually be looking at prospects to widen that, expand that deeper, make it deeper. So UPI is no longer just for India. 7 different countries are using UPI. So your businesses are not going to be digitally run from India elsewhere, because now with the digital, no borders are going to be big enough borders, strong enough borders. You can always reach any geography. But here, already 7 countries have taken up UPI for their use. Our neighbors, Bhutan, Nepal, and Sri Lanka. Distant friends, France and Mauritius, and also Singapore and UAE are all using the UPI. So you have businesses which can come to you and businesses that you can take forward, because UPI is spreading its wings and you can fly along with them. We need to have the digital footprints which are being generated completely tapped so that your business prospects, the banking business prospects, are expanded on the backs of UPI's digital footprints which are now available. So I would think the potential for the Indian banking system rests a lot on this one particular feature. There are several others. You are creating many more. But this one feature of UPI actually giving us the advantage is something which you can plan for your future. I've spoken about technology adoption, and adoption for risk mitigation is one very important feature, because your risks, as I said, are very high as you benefit from the technology's advantages. You need to periodically learn to mitigate your risks and do better on customer services, credit assessments, and identification of frauds using technology. I also would think customer service using technology can be a lot more easier. Big data analytics can be used for 3 specific things, which I'd like to highlight to you for your consideration. You can offer customized products. You can also look at particular groups that you need to target. And above all, analyzing the raw data, you can also predict where businesses are undergoing stress and handhold them to come out of the stress rather than wait for them to collapse. If the business lives, your business prospects are surely to go up. If the business falls or fails because we didn't handhold them in time, it's going to affect every one of us. And therefore, without really taking too much of your time, this is a glorious time for you. 90 years is simply a very big achievement. Living through the 90 years, contributing to India's growth, and making sure that your performance in terms of compliance and also in terms of serving the society is kept high. One last word on compliance. I think I was glad to hear that you appointed all necessary officials from the market, paying them the market required salaries so that you can look at risks, you can look at technology adoption and so on. Compliance is a very important aspect, and I take it as my duty to mention about compliance. You should ensure that you're continuously monitoring your compliance, that build trust in the customers, and the regulators feel confident saying you're never on the side, never on the wrong side, but you're always building confidence both for the regulator and for the customers. So with this, I thank the bank for giving me an opportunity to talk to you, inviting me to share this moment of joy. I utterly enjoyed the 3 different areas in which you have done beyond banking, the wildlife conservation, supportive of women in sports, and making sure that the humane side of attending to pets, where you've sponsored all these 3, I really appreciate the bank's board and the bank for this dimension of your social commitment. Thank you very much.
Thank you, madam. Ladies and gentlemen, Hindi में एक मुहावरा है, 4 चांद लगा दिए. With your permission, may I say, madam की उपस्थिति ने आज 90 चांद लगा दिए. Once again, thank you very, very much. Thank you very, very much for your presence. जोरदार तालियों के साथ अभिनंदन करें. Thank you very much. बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद for your presence here at the 90th Foundation Day of the Bank of Maharashtra, and thank you very much to esteemed Secretary Sir. As we draw to the close of this momentous occasion, ladies and gentlemen, it is my duty and privilege to express our heartfelt gratitude to our distinguished guests, speakers and attendees. A special thanks once again to our Honorable Finance Minister, Smt Nirmala Sitharaman ji, and the Secretary of Department of Financial Services, Shri M Nagaraju ji, for gracing this event with their presence and their words of encouragement. We also extend our appreciation to our Managing Director, the senior leadership team, and all employees who've contributed to the success of the Bank of Maharashtra. Thank you all for joining us on this special day as we celebrate 90 years of the bank. Congratulations. Thank you for having me here. This is Geetika Ganjudhar saying it's been such a joyous event. All the best for the next 10 and the coming century. Namaste.